If I got to tell you, it's Ask Before You Pass. And welcome to a discussion video about the akai MPC and some key fundamentals and terms. Let's get right into it. So today's discussion is going to be about the fundamental aspects of the MPC. And it all can be referred to on page 33 of the manual, but we all know some of us just don't like reading books. So I'm going to be your book today, and I'm going to help you out. Most typical DAWs, each track uses an instance of an instrument, and all tracks are always being played even if they don't contain any data or information. So all 128 tracks should be playing in the background. Why you need that? Furthermore, the entire project needs to be arranged later so you can compose it for the song format. The MPC gives you a lot more flexibility, so it's important to understand some basic terms though before you get into it. Some of those terms are like, what's the sequence? The sequence being the basic building block of the MPC. And the sequence is composed of layers called tracks. And you have two different types of tracks. You have MIDI tracks, which have note information, has no sound. You got to provide that via a program. And a program consists of samples that you've provided on the 16 pads. The other track is an audio track, and that's an audio signal recording. And I'll show you that here in a second here. I pulled up a project already. This is the GP 2020 project. You have a total of 128 sequences on the MPC. So I can patch 1 through 5 to be like an intro, 5 through 7 to be a verse, etc., and arrange it however I want, copy and pasting my sequences, patching them. We're gonna look at this sequence here, 2020 Cuz. The name of my sequence is 2020 Cuz. My track we're on is the Obi Synth, and the program we are using is the Obi-Wan Pro plugin program. If I look at my next track, it'll have my next instrument. Let's just solo these tracks. I have a snare, a hat, and if you notice, between these 2, 3, and 4, they have the same program. Programs can be on different tracks. You can be the same one or use them on a different sequence even. So programs are separate from the sequence itself and the track. So I can have this program in another sequence somewhere else in 23. Let's just show you here. On the empty, I can put it right there. Track 4 on sequence 31. So again, I have that same program just in a different sequence, and I'll record it on a different track if need be. So just something to look out for when you're creating your beats, because sometimes you can move that program by mistake and then your instruments are off. You might have thought you had a snare on that track, but then you turn around and moved your program and now it's playing a bass for whatever reason. So be careful, but that's your layout around the MPCs. Sequence, track, program. That's all it is. So there's your terminology and some basic information on fundamentals and concepts via the MPC. I thank you for tuning in to Ask Before You Pass channel here, and look out for more footage. And I'm going to be dropping some sound packs here soon. So be on the lookout. Y'all have a good day.